Good afternoon. I hope things are going well for you on this Wednesday. It is 12:30. I'm Julie Broughton. This is Take 6. A lot of fun stuff to get to today for you, including a look at the forecast. If you like cooler weather, then you're going to enjoy a cool down that we have coming later today. However, out ahead of that, we are dealing with kind of some messy weather as a front moves through central Florida, bringing with it some showers and the chance of some strong to even severe thunderstorms as we move through the afternoon hours. We will talk more about that and more about a beautiful weekend forecast behind that coming up in just a few minutes. And we're also going to check in with our friend News 6 anchor Justin Wormuth, and he'll tell us about a story he's working on involving implications of sports betting in Florida. It has now been about a year since it was made legal to bet on sports in Florida. A lot of folks can do it right from their phone. So he's working on a bigger project about that, and he wants to hear your input on that. But before we get to all of that, we are going to start things out today on the high seas. If you've been following along with us here on News 6 Plus or on air or online, you know that two of our colleagues, News 6 morning anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer and News 6 digital journalist and theme park expert Haley Coombs, are aboard the Disney Treasure right now, bringing us all of the sights and sounds. We've talked a lot about fun things for kids to do, but now we're taking a look into some of the things the adults have going on, and Crystal Moyer is giving us a look at one of the most talked about attractions on board the ship.
Now, we've talked about the Disney Treasure paying homage to a lot of the Disney World attractions, right? Well, this one, a lot of people are looking forward to, the Haunted Mansion Parlor. Let's take a look. We've been to Disney World, we've been on the iconic ride. How do we turn that into a parlor?
Oh my gosh, well the attraction is a 7-minute ride through. And so because of the parlor experience, you're in here sipping drinks, enjoying the atmosphere. We had to make that a full 45-minute experience. And so we had to take all the music and kind of expand upon it, and expand on all the illusions and the magic making. We started this journey 4 years ago, and yeah, research was the first step. And we pulled a lot of drawings, some things that were never built in the Haunted Mansion, like our Ghost Fish Aquarium. That was an idea that was intended for the Haunted Mansion in the 1960s that now we finally got to fully realize today.
Do you kind of encourage people to walk around, take a look at the walls, and maybe see if they have some extra visitors here?
Oh yes, the ghosts will materialize in many different ways, so depending on where you sit around the parlor, you might see or hear something different. For example, have you seen our clock over here?
What?
Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means it's time for the spirits to arrive. But here they are right here. Thank you. This is non-spirit, meaning zero proof. This is called sympathetic libations. Ooh. You want to try?
Let's do it.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Okay. I think it's time for me to go. I'm just going to take this with me. Bye, Danny.
See ya.
I posted more information on the attractions here on the Disney Treasure and more about the Haunted Mansion Parlor at clickorlando.com/insider. From the Disney Treasure, Crystal Moyer, getting results, News 6.
Okay, that looks amazing. I love the Haunted Mansion, so that looks like so much fun. And of course, Crystal will have more reporting coming up later today on News 6, starting at 4. Crystal's not alone on the ship. She is joined with digital journalist and theme park expert Haley Coombs. And Haley, you have been gathering a lot of important information for us about where adults can hang out and have some fun on board this cruise ship.
Yes. And as I mentioned in a previous talk with you guys, I have brought my 1-year-old with me. So a lot of the stuff I'm trying to take in, like what would be good for him. But I have to think about me too. And of course, some friends and, have been asking about this cruise who are, don't have kids or want to come on board without their kids. So yes, this part of the job has been really fun scavenger hunt on board. Yes.
And so what are you finding? I know a little bit earlier you mentioned something that cat lovers might like, the Scat Cat Cafe. Is that what it's called?
Scat Cat Lounge.
Okay,
and
I was close.
Julie, as cat mom to cat mom, I can't wait to talk about this with you. I mean, we have introduced our cats to each other, so I can't wait to talk about this cabinet here is to you. So, but before we get to that, that's footage of the Periscope Pub, which is also a great option for adults to go on board. This is where you can do a lot of your sports watching. And yes, this is a tribute to the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Here's the Scat Cat Lounge. So right now we're looking at the piano in that lounge. And the piano I cannot shut up about, because do you see those little paw prints on the top of the piano?
I oh,
Did you
I
see
need to.
those?
Yes, 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 yes.
So,
Okay, now I know where I'm looking. Yes.
okay, so those are cat prints of the cats in the movie, and they are the choreographed dance steps to Everybody Wants to Be a Cat.
Oh,
How
wow.
incredible is that? Yeah. So, and then this is footage of the Skipper Society. I didn't spend a lot of time in there, but we were looking at footage of a booth in there. And of course, that's tribute to the beloved attraction. And you can, of course, see the big parrot theme on the chandelier. And then there's
Yes.
also tributes to the, dry wooded skippers that you have on the attraction. Okay, so we're back to the Haunted Mansion parlor. So what we're looking at here is some of the drink lineup in there. And so they have both spirited and spirited free drinks. The signature drink there, which you kind of saw the box of right there, is the Chilling Challenge. So, and that's the only time you can see the Haunted Mansion logo, and you can only be lit by black light, and it's on seafoam on top of the drink. So, yeah, how fun, right?
I mean, the thing with Disney is the details are always so incredible. Like the theming and just looking at all of those different lounges and pubs. They're so beautiful, from
Yeah.
the chandeliers to the details on the
Yep.
drinkware. It's just such a sensory experience.
Oh,
Are we
right
looking at a
here.
menu?
Yeah, so this isn't, I know I flipped the phone because wasn't sure. So this is the menu at Haunted Mansion Parlor, and it's actually Madame Leota's spellbook, which fans will know. That's the psychic medium floating head in her crystal ball. And so in that menu, it had to put together a spell, and the drink beverage director was telling me that, part of that spell was, summon a message from or somewhere beyond, and that's of course what she says, when she summons the spirits in the attraction. So I thought that was, again, what will they think of next? It's just incredible.
No, yeah, you have to earn your drink there. You have to do a little magic to earn your drink there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I know today
Yeah,
you
exactly.
are spending a day at sea. So what's on the agenda today?
So tonight, before I get to tonight, this afternoon I have a goal. I want to go check out the Aqua Mouse water slide. That's in on top of the water slide on top of the ship. So and then later tonight I'm going to check out Plaza de Coco, which is the signature dining experience from Coco, the movie Coco. So that's going to be
Wonderful.
really exciting. So yes.
Yes. And when do you guys actually get back? Do you get back Thursday or tomorrow? You come back tomorrow, right? Is that
Tomorrow
right?
morning, yes. Tomorrow
Okay.
morning, yeah. Tomorrow morning. So today is our last full day at sea, and it's funny because we are just off the coast of South Florida.
Uh-huh.
Behind me, I'm sitting, of course, sitting in my room, and you can see my veranda. We can see the Miami, South Florida area right behind
Oh,
us. So I was
nice.
like, "Oh, hi, Miami." So yeah,
So you mentioned this has been your first cruise.
it has. Yes,
So
I know.
what do you
I've
think
been
about
in
cruise life?
Florida.
I know there's been a lot of work, but are you ready to go back for another cruise?
I was talking with my husband last night, and it's so jam packed. So you have to be prepared to be on a schedule. And I do think that someone like myself, not that this job, everyone would love this assignment, right? But as someone who has not experienced a jam packed cruise, I think I can give a good perspective on because a lot of people are choosing cruises. We're in the midst of a huge boom right now in Central Florida. So, yes, I owe it to myself to do it again. That way I'm not working
Yes.
this time. So, but yeah, I definitely understand what they say by drink a lot of water,
Hmm.
drink a lot of water. So, and yeah, but have time to relax. And, the days go by so fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, taking the moment and looking out on the ocean. I did that this morning, and I was let out a deep sigh when I did that.
Yes.
So,
No, it is so beautiful. And just watching yours and Crystal's coverage, I'm so ready to hop on board. It just looks incredible. So we can't wait to hear
yes.
more when you get back. I hope you get to have a little bit of downtime today, although I know you're still working, cranking out that content.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's been great. It's been great. It's gonna be hard to step off the ship tomorrow. I will say that. So I could definitely work on more, but unfortunately have to kick us off, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have fun on Aqua Mouse.
Thank you. Yes, I will definitely take footage. So,
All right. Well, Haley, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you when you get back.
okay. Thanks, Julie.
All right. Thank you. Stay with us. We're going to take a short break and then we'll have a check of the forecast. Some of you are seeing showers and thunderstorms right now, and that will be followed by a big cool down that starts working in this evening. And also, we will check in with Justin Wormuth, who is asking for your feedback on a story he is working about the implications of sports betting in Florida. Stay with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to Take 6. It is now 12:42. I'm Julie Broughton. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know some of you are dealing with some showers and thunderstorms right now, and behind that we have a big cool down. We will break down your full forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes. But first, we want to check in with our friend News 6 anchor Justin Wormuth. And Justin, you are working on a story and you need some feedback from some of our viewers. You are talking about the implications of sports betting over the last year in the state of Florida. So I know you've done a little digging and you have some questions for people who may be watching.
This is just now getting started, so I don't have a ton to offer, but it's something that jogged my brain, and it's just been something I've been thinking about because it's become a bit of a culture among young men in the state of Florida now that this Hard Rock app, which is super easy. Full disclosure, I've placed bets on this app before. It's easy. They send you push alerts. You are just getting bombarded by ads and targeted ads, and anytime you watch a sporting event. So I thought there's got to be an issue here, or maybe is there an issue here? We're not sure, but I can tell you this, based on the numbers that we've been receiving in this really early stage of looking into this story, the Florida Council on Compulsive Gaming tells us that since the app went live 1 year ago, it's almost a year to the date since this Hard Rock app went live, more than 47,000 calls have been, they've received more than 47,000 calls to their helpline, and that they've never had more than 26,000 in a year since gambling was legalized back in 2018. And so it's effectively doubled. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the safeguards are in place for people who are dealing with this. And so we want to pull the curtain back on this a little bit, look at the ramifications, look at the impacts that this is having on not just young men, but anyone who wants to place a bet. And I think I think what we're going to be uncovering here is that there might need to be some more safeguards in place, at least for funding to whether it's the Florida Council on Compulsive Gambling or what have you, to help people who might get addicted to this, and before they free fall into a place where they have mounting debt, And so we're just looking into this. And so yes, back to the original question that you posed there, we want to know if people are out there, if they've had any sort of issue with being addicted to gambling. No shame. We're not trying to shame anybody, but we want to just get to the root of this and see what it's like for them, how they got addicted. Here's a QR code if you're watching this at home on News 6 Plus that you can scan that takes you to our the article that we have out here where we're soliciting people. Please reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you, whether it's on camera, whether it's off camera, just about what you've been going through or what someone you know has been going through and the addiction that could be behind this. We know that this has been something that was in the shadows for so long, but now with the ease of which you can place a bet and it's hard to avoid by watching a sporting event. So many of us watch sports and you see all the commentators and people talking about the odds and the parlays and such like that. And it's hard not to just say, oh, okay, that sounds good. They know more than me. Let me put $5 on it. That might sound harmless, but I think what you're going to be finding and what we'll certainly uncover is that it's a little deeper than just a $5 bet with many cases out there.
All right, Justin, I know you're going to be on News 6 later today talking more about this as well. So again, we have that QR code for anyone who wants to reach out and share their story. And I like that you emphasize this is not, there's no judgment, there's no shaming. This is you are wanting to really dig deep into what potentially could be an issue for a lot of folks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line. And we know they're out there. I mean, I have several friends who, I mean, the majority of my friends certainly gamble on sports, on that Hard Rock sports betting app. I mean, it's something a lot of people were looking for because in Florida there was no other way to do it unless you had a bookie, which, you know, that's the shadow part that we're talking about here. But, you know, and another piece of this is, you know, how many parents are sending their kids to college and it's become that's sort of the culture in colleges, whether you're in a frat or not. A lot of people bet on not just like mainstream sports, but like cricket at like 2 a.m. or ping pong or something like that, just to get a fix. How many parents unknowingly are sending their kids money and that money is going towards gambling. And so we're sort of looking into that angle as well. So many different layers to this that we're going to be exploring. And yes, we're in the early stages to help us out. And it doesn't have to be someone who may be addicted to gambling. If you just have, you know, any sort of knowledge on the subject matter more than myself and producer Tom Vielkind, who's also, we're just now starting to work on this. If someone you know, or if you're in the space where you're looking into this, you're researching this, please reach out. We're really trying to make, you know, this a long format covering all the angles, not just a quick minute 30 story here to really dig deep into it. So anything that you have out there is going to be helpful as we try to look into this and see if we can maybe help spark some change and get some more funding for these compulsive gambling centers to help people get the help they need.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. We will see you later today on News 6.
See you then.
All right. Let's get a check of your forecast now. A lot of you are dealing with some rain. We did designate today an inconvenient weather day, and that is because we have that line of showers and some thunderstorms moving through central Florida right now. Here's a look at the radar for you. All of this is out ahead of a front. We do have some lightning out there. In the last 10 minutes, we've seen about 8 lightning strikes in that scan. But you're noticing where you see the areas of yellow, red, and orange. So much of Lake County seeing that very heavy rain right now. So if you're out driving in this area or you have to run any errands, keep in mind you are going to run into some rough road conditions, wet roadways. Now, the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma does have our entire viewing area. They upgraded this just a little bit earlier to include all of us in a marginal risk for severe weather throughout the afternoon. I think by 5, that threat of severe weather should really go down for us once all of this clears out. Now, we've warmed up really well ahead of this system. So 77 right now in Orlando, 77 in Kissimmee. You're at 83 in Cocoa Beach and 81 in Melbourne. So we still have in a lot of places that southerly flow in place, bringing in that warm, moist air mass. Now, you'll notice when you look up toward Gainesville, seeing more of a westerly flow. So that gives us an idea of where that front actually is. Once that front gets to our south, we'll see the winds shifting out of the northwest, and that will bring in that cooler, drier air. So I ran through that model a little more quickly than I intended to, but we'll see those showers moving out of our area by around 4 to 5 o'clock. We'll clear our southern counties, and then we'll see skies clearing. And with those clear skies and those northerly winds, our temperatures will drop pretty quickly. Here's what you can expect when you wake up tomorrow morning. 43 in Orlando, 36 in Ocala, Wildwood, you'll fall to 37, 48 in Mitco, and 51 in Cape Canaveral. But remember, we're talking about those winds, so we'll have winds coming in out of the northwest. It is going to feel brisk tomorrow. It's going to be a day where you're definitely going to want to throw on a coat, a jacket, because it will feel like 30 in the Villages, will feel like 34 in Palm Coast, and will feel like 38 if you are in Sanford. But this cool down isn't going to stick around too long for us. Only 62 for our high tomorrow, but by the weekend, we go back into the 70s, and we should be dry, so we are looking at a nice stretch and a nice little warm up if you do happen to like it on the warm side. Our entire weather team will be here throughout the day, keeping an eye on the showers and thunderstorms, and if we have any severe weather, we will let you know right away. We'll also have a full breakdown of the showers, the storms, and the cool down coming up starting on News 6 at 4. Thanks so much for spending some time with us today. If you have any questions or comments for us at Take 6, go to clickorlando.com/Take 6. Let us know what's on your mind. Otherwise, I'll see you at 4.